Aw, see? You don't always have to bite me. That one hurt. Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, of course, we're going to be talking about Percy Jackson. We very recently got news on some new casting in Percy Jackson Season 2, so let's talk about it. First things first, they officially recast Zeus since the passing of Lance Reddick, and Zeus will now be played by Courtney B. Vance. According to IMDb, he's most known for movies like The Hunt for Red October and Space Cowboys. However, to me, I know him as Pastor Jacob from Let It Shine.
Young men gotta stop being gangsters and start being graduates.
But regardless of how you know him, the general consensus that I've seen on Courtney B. Vance is that he is a phenomenal actor. He's very well respected, so I'm really excited to see him step into the role of Zeus. We got a quote from him on joining the show of Percy Jackson, and here's what he had to say. "I can't tell you how excited I am to join the extraordinary cast of Percy Jackson. There are a few moments in an actor's career when you can honestly say you're about to board a series that has such a devoted fan base filled with characters beloved around the world. I know that stepping into this role of Zeus will be a memorable experience, and I'll be giving my brother, Lance Reddick, who left us way too soon, a heavenly hug," which is very sweet. We also got a quote from executive producer Dan Schatz about the new casting. He says, "Finding someone to step into this role going forward was not an easy task, but when icon Courtney B. Vance answered the call, we knew the gods were listening. This legend of cinema not only wanted to honor the books, but wanted to honor Lance's legacy." Now, I've talked about the recasting of Zeus on my channel a couple times, and honestly, I did not expect them to recast Zeus for season 2, because Zeus is not a part of the Sea of Monsters book. So this either means one of two things. One, they just wanted to recast Zeus and get it out of the way, or this means that Zeus is pretty much confirmed to show up in season 2 of Percy Jackson. My cat just jumped on my table. Now you want to be in the video, huh? You can relax. Go. Be free. Ooh. Anyways, as I was saying, this probably means that Zeus is kind of confirmed now to be in season 2, meaning that they're going to be adding a scene or maybe multiple scenes for the character of Zeus. My best guess is that we are going to see him in like a flashback maybe of when Thalia gets turned into a tree, because I honestly can't think of any other time that Zeus would like fit into the plot of Sea of Monsters. Percy doesn't really go to Mount Olympus like he does in the first book, and I don't really see Zeus coming down to Earth. I feel like that would kind of take away from the godlike aura and power that he's supposed to exude. I don't think we should ever see Zeus on Earth, quite honestly. So I'm thinking we're gonna get a flashback of him turning Thalia into a tree. Like maybe we'll cut from the scene of her turning into a tree to like him on Olympus, either coming to terms with what he just did, or maybe we'll see him having to like own up to the fact that he had a forbidden child maybe. Either way, to me, this pretty much confirms that Zeus is going to be in season 2 of Percy Jackson. And quite honestly, I think that this is very good casting, all things considered. Obviously, we all would have preferred and loved to see Lance Reddick continue the role, but unfortunately, like I mentioned, he passed away last year, so they did have to recast. And if you have to recast, I think Courtney B. Vance is a good choice. What's also fun about this casting is that Courtney B. Vance is married to Angela Bassett in real life. So now the Angela Bassett as Hera agenda can begin, and I will be spearheading it. We also got news of actress Sage Linder joining the cast. Her role is currently unknown, at least as of the time I'm filming this video, but it's reported that she's expected to be a recurring role throughout season 2. Sage Linder is a 23-year-old actress who kind of has a limited filmography when you look her up at IMDb. Most of the things she's credited for, she's credited as a dancer, outside of a few acting roles where she's in like 1 or 2 episodes of a TV show. And then her most recent projects were TV shows The Next Step and Harlan Coben's Shelter. Now, let's raise the question, what character is she possibly going to be playing in Percy Jackson season 2? I've seen a lot of people theorize Selena, and that's not a bad theory at all, but I feel like Sage is a little too old to be playing Selena. Not that Sage looks old. She doesn't look old at all. In fact, she actually looks very young. Trust me, I would know. I'm 24 and I am constantly told I look like I'm 18 and 19. So I'm not saying she's old or that she looks old, but I just think the show has actively been casting younger people to play campers. So I don't really see them changing that anytime soon, unless they're doing what they did with Tyson, where they casted Daniel Dimer, who is 28 years old. But they casted a 28-year-old for Tyson because he's supposed to be really, really, really tall and like significantly older than the trio. But like I could see them casting characters like Silena and Charles and the Stoll brothers as older actors so that when Percy and Annabeth are next to these other campers, their younger age as characters is made more evident regardless of the fact that Walker and Leah are aging in real life. If that makes any sense. I hope that made sense. But long story short, I wouldn't hate seeing Sage as Silena. I'd be totally down for it. I've seen some people theorize that Sage could be playing Circe, but Circe would not be considered a recurring role in Percy Jackson season 2. And it's very possible that the reporting of Sage being a recurring character is incorrect and then she could be Circe. But if she is a recurring character, I don't think Circe applies to that. Plus, also in my mind, personally, I always pictured Circe as a woman in like her 30s or like at least significantly older than 23. Now, when I first heard this casting news, my first thought was that she was going to be playing Allison, who, if you don't remember, is the new original character that the show is going to be adding to the series, aka she's not a character from the books. And what we know of the character of Allison is that she's going to be an older demigod. She doesn't go to camp anymore, so she's over the age of 18, and she joins Luke on his mission to like defeat the gods or whatever. So if they're looking to cast somebody who is older than 18 to play a demigod, casting someone that's 23 makes a lot of sense. But Allison is the only other character I could think of that would be considered a recurring role in season 2 besides Silena. So long story short, I think Sage is either going to be Silena or Allison, but either way, I'm very excited to see her in the show. From what I've seen on Twitter, she has a lot of fans from her role in The Next Step, who are all very excited for her to be joining Percy Jackson. Heather Feeney is also reported to be joining the cast of Percy Jackson, but apparently her role will be very minor. Now to me, I think Heather could be playing Circe because like I just said, I always pictured Circe as like a woman in her 30s, and that's exactly what Heather is. And I would also accurately describe Circe's role as a minor role, because even though Circe's Island is like an iconic part of the books, it's a part of the books that everyone remembers, it's a very small chapter in the grand scheme of things. And Circe as a character will probably be in only 1, maybe 2 episodes of the show at max. But of course, we won't know for sure about Sage and Heather's roles until we get an official announcement. And all I'm gonna say is this: soon enough, the Percy Jackson series is going to run out of characters to cast in season 2, and they're gonna have to start giving us some footage from the damn show. And I can't wait for that day. But that is all for the casting news that we got on this very random Monday. Let me know what you think of the Zeus recasting. And more importantly, let me know what characters you think Sage and Heather could possibly be playing in season 2. I look forward to hearing y'all's thoughts, as always. But that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.